You're not in the streets.
No.
So how was that journey for you? What clicked for you to be like, listen, I don't want to deal with this situation no more. I want to go to the good route or the better route. How was
Right.
that for you?
Right. Actually, I have a full video on that on my YouTube link. So I'm gonna say some bits and part about it, and
Yeah,
if whoever want to see the whole thing can hop on the YouTube
super,
thing
I bet.
and check it out. So I was like when I started, because I feel like in anything you do in this life, it's good to find mentor. It's good to find someone that's gonna coach you along the way. I was like that since I was in Gambia. Like I was telling you about Capone. I like when I came to that was I was like, okay, I couldn't join the army. I'm not a movie star yet, so I'm gonna turn to the streets. So the streets was my third thing I wanted to do. So I find somebody that I could work with, and I end up finding a really good person that start to put me on the, because everywhere is different how the game works. So this guy's been doing it for a long time. So he put me on. So I would go to him, we would hang out, he would give me some work, and I would go home, do da 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 da, and then bring it back and give him his money. So the main reason that why I stopped was one day I was in the streets. It was me, Lamin, and one of the guys that we're just chilling. Like where we used to go is in UW, down the Ave right there. We just chill right there and sell a bunch of shit. So one day I was sitting, I was looking at these people, how messed up their life are, because like it's like really bad. They're all in a bad situation, bad condition, and they're still coming to buy stuff from us. And I sat down, I looked at my situation, I looked at them, I was like, you know what, in all reality, I'm contributing how messed up this people's life is. Because they're coming to me to buy stuff from me and they're gonna go use that. So in some point I'm contributing to it. And I started to feel really bad and really sad for them because my heart couldn't do it anymore. I felt really sad about it. And I gotta find something else to do. This is not it. So I just decided to quit and went back to work, got a job, and then, here I am.
That's cool. That's honestly, I wasn't even expecting that, and that's actually very brave of you. And that's brave is not even the word, but to care about people enough to, So I would, I don't know. I was gonna, I'm not ready to expose my. But the thing is, when the funny thing is, obviously I used to see you here and there all the time, but I never really knew you were in like heavily selling.
Yeah.
I think you were very low key about it, but it seems like you were never a user really. Like I think if anything, low weed, but you never like took it there.
No, like
So how
I'm not.
you gotta
I'm
be
not
like,
gonna say.
sorry, go
Like
ahead.
go ahead.
Now I was gonna say because a lot of the ones that I knew back home, they were also taking their products a lot,
Yeah.
right? So for you, that one that's like, okay, I'm not gonna touch the product I'm
No.
selling type of person,
No.
or
Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like some days I did what I have to do, but like I'm very like slick when it comes to the streets. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm not just like, because I've been doing it for a while, so I'm not just like regular. You know what I mean? Like I'm smart how I move with what I do. Like even back in the day, just hanging out with me, the person that hanging out with me is making money because I know how I'm moving, and I'm not like how to go stingy with it. You know what I mean? Like I like to say when I whatever. Like if I'm hanging out with somebody in the streets, I eat, they eat. I make money, they make money. So that's why a lot of them like to roll around with me. Rest in peace to the homie Ra. He was like he hang out with me and he was making money, and like that's how I was. Like I would put you on, and like homies will go to jail. I'll bail them out with my own money, or they need to come up. I'll put them on. So like I was that guy, like. And at some point, through this, a funny story. Like it happened twice. I got booked with almost an ounce of cocaine on me, and the cops didn't find it. I was in the jail cell with that. They didn't know I had it on me because that's how slick I was moving. You know what I'm saying? Like I had everything sealed, and this is like on my kids. This is like a real true story that I'm telling you right now. Because some people might think I is lying, but I'm not. It's actually a real thing. It's
Did
actually
you sell it in jail?
no. See that's the thing. I wasn't stupid enough to do that. Because once I do that, somebody else will run their mouth and they're gonna come find it because there's not enough place to hide
So
it.
you
You know
threw
what I mean?
it. You threw it. You got rid of it.
No, I still had it on me, and I got out with it because like I had you know those drawers that got pockets, like it's a
Yeah.
man drawers, but it got pocket in it on the bottom. So that's where I stuffed it. They can't go. That's my private parts,
Yeah.
so they can't go down that deep. You know what I mean? So like that's where I had it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I give something to my celly. I know that okay, so now they about to come roll me out of here. I'm gonna go home. I pull something out and I give it to my celly because I know at the moment he can't say nothing. Like
Yeah. No.
I'm on my way out. You know what I mean? So like he can't really. I didn't tell nobody in there till the last minutes that I'm about to get out of there. I hooked the celly up and I was out of there. You know, because you gotta know how to move. You know, it's the streets is very wild.
I feel you. I remember that Seattle would definitely have more kunjara. Cause I always say, I'm like, cause obviously I was a big ass pothead. I'm not even proud to say it, but like I used to be like, you know what? All the money I spent on it, I want to make it back. Like I'm like, I would have been there, cause I knew everybody. I was like, yo, I would have been a lit as, but I don't have the heart because I don't. Every time I was smoking, I didn't. It's like I knew it's something that I didn't like. It's like I was the person that would get high at the ready of
Yeah,
alcohol.
lay back. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like I gotta not even lay back, but it's like I I guess when I was in Seattle, it was all good, but it was later on. It's like something that I hated about myself, and I wanted to quit it, but the THC really is not easy to get rid of sometimes.
right.
So I used to say this as a joke. I'm like, all the money I wasted on that shit, I wish I could make it right back, but I don't have the heart to sell it to somebody because I know I'm also gonna mess their life up.
Yeah.
So because of that, I'm like, I would never ever sell drugs because I know how it feels. You're just wasting your money. Thank God I never went into hard drugs or never, I stick to being a pothead. Um, Bring him time. I'll interview him the way he's pulling up.
I know. Oh, my baby. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I told you I'll let you know when I'm done.
It's okay.
It's okay. We could leave it on or cut it out. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah,
So-
it's just is the street life is different. So once you get used to it, it's very hard for you to like transition into something new. You know what I mean? Because you're used to the fast money, you're used to the girls, you're used to the money, you like everything else that comes with it, the respect. You know what I'm saying? So like it's kind of hard for you to. That's why there's still some people in it that don't want to stop because they're used to the lifestyle. They're used to people giving the respect, the money, the girl, the fast beat. Like for example, you can wake up within an hour and you make because like you make $500. Like it's just crazy because like I remember I was making at least $1,000 every single day, like even more sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I would get up, I would just grind. That's what I was doing. So like it's just different lifestyle. It's just different. It's fun, but I'm
How
not proud of
did you? Because obviously in Gambia, not Gambia, Seattle, we dealt with some governments passing due to drugs. So how did you feel when Ra was gone? Like rest in peace. But
Yeah, I was. It's sad. I was very very sad, and it was a horrible situation that happened. It's just it's just not a good situation. People,
Yeah.
I know we all. It could have been anybody. We all make mistakes. At some point, we all used it, but it just depends how you move and how you take care of yourself, and then just to know when to stop. You gotta know when to stop, and you gotta know when to go. You really gotta know your limits, because if you don't know your limits, that's what end up becoming happening. You know what I mean? Like it literally could have been any one of us. And it's
No,
sad.
definitely. So in regards to because it was definitely a couple of governments, not even just governments, a lot of people in Washington State. The opioid definitely hit a lot of people. Washington State was one of the, I think, definitely top two or number one state that it affected a lot. Do you think, at least for the Gambian kids or the African kids, do you think people are learning from what's going on and just to know that, okay, there's certain things that I shouldn't touch?
Right. I mean, to be honest, I haven't been in the streets because now I don't really know what's going on out there because
But
I
in
changed
regards to like friends, also the people we knew were in the street, because they said, okay, there's one, right? It was like not even right after, it was not even long when we lost two people that we all knew and were close to, right? Then I see the person, he put a, and I still, until this day, I'm not gonna mess with him for that because I saw him, it was not even long right after when people we really care about went, you know. And then I saw him screenshot it and put it on Facebook, codeine or whatever the shit is. I don't know what it is, but I know it's supposed to be bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, then I sent him a message. I was like, why would you do this when we just lost people?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, some people just don't. So, like I would say, some people just don't learn their lessons. You know, like for me, I can speak on me because I learned my lesson, then I move on from it. Like for example, now I don't even smoke weed. Like I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke weed. I even stopped drinking coffee. Like I just
yeah, I'm gonna work on that part.
exactly. I just wake up and like it can get hard, but like it's anything that we set our mind to, we can get done. I just woke up and snap and like, yo, I'm done with all of this. I'm not gonna do this anymore because I got kids. Especially if you got kids and they're looking up to you, there's some certain lifestyle that you gotta leave for you to show them. Hey, this is, you gotta be the role models for those kids, and like you cannot just still doing the same thing over and over. At the same point, we gotta grow and surpass the things that we did as a kid, and that's why we went through it. We learn from it, then we move on, then we leave it behind, and then we look up to bigger goals. You know, so that's just how life is in general. And it's just like you said, back to this, like taking pictures, putting this, doing that. Like some people are just gonna be like that to the rest of humanity. You know, that we can't really change it unless if they want to change themselves. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
just that's just what it comes down to.
So in regards to now, because I've noticed you've been dropping your motivational link videos and stuff. So what made you decide that, you know what, I want to start inspiring others and creating content to help others? What made you decide that you wanted to start?
Like it's that's a good question. It's something that's always have been in me. I just didn't notice it because like I even remember one time I like the homies used to call me preacher because I was always like trying to preach somebody or trying to like give them inspiring and trying to motivate them and stuff like that, because I feel like that's one of my main purpose here, like to, because I have a lot of wisdom that I can share with people so they can know they can understand as my point of view and my mistakes that I did, so somebody else don't have to go through that same.
I think I just saw some Triple J Jeros. That's your brother,
Yeah,
right?
that's my little brother. Yes.
Yeah.
And shout out to little bro.
And I remember your when I thought I was about to be a rapper, I figured out your brother's info, the older one.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, that's a beat.
Yeah, let me use to make
I
beats.
was like, make me a beat. He said he retired. I was like, I was trying to take him out of retirement. He's like, I retired.
Yeah, let me use to make beats. You know, he was very good at it too.
He made one of ST's famous beats, right?
Yeah, he did. He actually did.
I don't remember what he looks like.
Yeah. He actually he pretty, because our family, all three bros kind of look the same. You know what I mean? So we all kind of like have the same. Baba is the tallest. So, and I'm gonna say Lamin and after me, but we all kind of have like the same facial structure and all that. So we all kind of look alike in a sense, you know. But and Lamin was really good at making beats and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I remember Well, I remember meeting you two at the July 4th thingy. And then, well, the younger brother, I don't really know him much. It was later than I see him popping
Yeah,
out with his
Baba
car.
was he was very focused on sports. You know, like he really liked soccer. Like he was the good kid. Played a lot of soccer, high school soccer, and he played some leagues and stuff. He was actually doing a lot of traveling around playing soccer and stuff like that.
Maybe
So
that's
yeah, he
why people didn't know him. Um,
yeah yeah he was pretty low key. You know, he's always been like that.
all right. So what are we expecting? I know we were talking about the podcast. I really do want to do that. I think it will be fun. I think we probably just need to come up with a good schedule.
Yeah.
So do you have any ideas like in terms of is there a project that you always been wanting to do that you're not or you have already started?
Right now, my whole mission right now is on personal self development. That's where I'm on right now. That's the space I wanna touch people on, and I wanna inspire people on how to be consistent, overcome procrastination, and just how to be disciplined. Those three core main factors right there. I wanna zone in on and hit it really hard because like I feel like as a man in general, we gotta learn how to be disciplined because you can be motivated for a while, but if that thing that's not there that's motivating you anymore, you're not going to be motivated anymore. What's going to keep you going is discipline. Discipline is the key factor to everything. Because if you are disciplined, whatever time you told somebody you're going to be there, a disciplined person will be there at that time. Exactly.
So
You know
how
what
do
I
you
mean?
become disciplined? Because I have discipline problem.
So it all depends on the person, and you gotta sit down with yourself and be really honest with yourself and tell yourself, hey, okay. So for example, you go if you have a job and your boss told you to be there at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock hits, you are there, right? So why don't you when you tell yourself you're gonna do something at 8 o'clock, why don't you be there at 8 o'clock? Because that means if you don't do it, that means that you don't give yourself the enough respect to the point that you're gonna stick by your words. You know what I mean? Because and what's the most important thing? Our own word that we tell to ourselves. That's the most important thing we can ever go by. Because wherever you go, you tell somebody you're gonna do this, and you do this, and you do it. Guess what? They're gonna even trust you more than the person that say they're gonna do it. They don't do it. Whatever project comes, they're gonna give it to the person that gets it done because they know you are very disciplined. You're gonna get it done. That's where it all comes from, and our mental faculty and our paradigm. So you gotta know, you gotta say, because a lot of things that we go through, we've been programmed by it. You know what I mean? And in whatever situation we're in as a kid, that's the type of situation we become in, adapt until we grow. So the main thing is you gotta change. We gotta change our mental thinking, how we think first. That's where it all begins. It all begins in our brain. Like I'm watching a lot of people that are in this space and the OGs. Like if you have time, maybe you could look them up or whoever's gonna end
Yeah,
up
because I
watching
was
this.
just
You wanna
about to ask you because the way you just spoke to me right now, it seemed like you went to school for this or something. So I'm
yeah.
like, how is this all you? Are you doing a lot of research?
This is this is this is what I study every day. I have a note where I do things that see my pages are falling down where I just write things down, what I want to do, what I want to become, where I want to go, what goals do I want to reach, and I have we gotta have a gratitude list. Like every morning you get up, before you do or after you do whatever you want to go do, every morning you get up, you gotta sit down and have a gratitude list. What are you gratitude for? What are you grateful for in your life at this present moment? It's either a new house, kids, husband, whatever it is. Just write it down, and we do this every single morning. Like just to know, once you do that every morning, we're gonna see big changes in our life. Because like I study this, like I don't go nowhere. This is what I study. Like I study Bob Proctor, Earl Nightingale, uh, Andrew Carnegie, Napoleon Hill, Patrick B. David, Les Brown, and plenty more. Brian Tracy, plenty more people that I study day-to-day basis how to become self-disciplined and how to overcome procrastination, because it all starts in our brain. Everything that we do, because like this phone we holding, this phone we're talking through, is somebody else's imagination. They thought about it and they put it in their subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind push it through the body. So it happened. So anything, the Wright brothers, they were motorcycle, they were bicyclists. They do bikes. You know what I mean? So like they one day they just saw it and think we're gonna make it. We're gonna make something that flies. You know what I'm saying? And they end up doing it. People criticize them for it. Now guess what happened? Everybody flies. You know what I'm saying? So anything that we do in this life, it all starts in our imagination. We imagine it from our conscious mind to the subconscious mind, then to the body. So it's just like that. Like, and like I said, discipline starts with your brain and taking yourself seriously. Like for me, example, I wake up every day at 3:30 a.m. in the morning and I go to the gym. Some days I might feel like, because everybody have that day. Nobody's actually perfect. But once you do it, you know you mess up today. Just know that you're going to do it the next day no matter what happens. So I get up every day, 3:30 in the morning. Sometimes I don't want to do it, but I still go do it because I'm teaching myself how to be disciplined. Because discipline is the key to everything. Every rich person that you talk to, they're going to tell you 1% is motivation and the rest is discipline. Because if you're not disciplined, you really can't get nothing. We really can't get nothing done.
Yeah.
So
no, that's
discipline is very important.
I gotta start doing that whole writing thing.
It's very important.
Yeah, I think I definitely gotta. I have heard about it before, but I'm not obviously studying like you are. I'm not like, but I definitely.
I have 3 books that I write in, and like even today I was going through my financials, because like if you want to come to the next level, you gotta know where your money goes and you gotta know where your money comes from. So if you don't know that, because a lot of people are living our life, they don't even know. They might know where the money comes from, but they don't know where the money goes. You know what I mean? So like we really gotta sit down and write every single thing down. Okay, last year, how much did I make? A year before that, how much? If you ask me today, how much did I make last year? The year before that, I can tell you exactly the numbers, how much I make. Because even today, I was going through it, and I was seeing changes ever since I started doing this personal development thing. Because it all started with Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn, I was listening to Jim Rohn. He said, whatever you want to do in this life, if you set your mind to it, you can get it done. Just write it down on a piece of paper and study it, and it will happen. You don't have to worry about how, but just write it down and just get to work. It will happen. So we got to write everything down. We got to know where the money goes, where it come from, how much you spend, how much you're going to earn this year, how much, and set a goal, how much you want to achieve the year that's coming. You know, like, for example, if you want something, like for me, if I really want something, I like the other day, not to brag, but like the other day I went to work, because I work at the Cheesecake Factory now as a manager. I went to work, I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I want $5,000 by the end of this month. Like, and it happened. I was surprised. I was surprised. I'm like, this thing's that is actually pretty true. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like out of nowhere, boom, this thing happened. Boom. Okay, we're gonna get you. I actually got more than what I wrote down in the paper. So, and it happened. I'm like, bro, these people are not just telling you to do this.
So how did you make that 5K happen? Okay, so you said I wanted 5K.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So is it like from your work salary also, or did you have to go above and beyond?
No, okay, so let's say something just happened, and I like, because I was okay.
You don't gotta say it if it's not
like it's not like nothing bad, because like, okay, so I wrote it down, almost $5,000. Like a few months back, I got into an accident, right? So a few months back, I didn't really follow up or nothing like that. So when I stopped follow up on the thing, so I wrote it down, I want $5,000, and they hit me up and they were like, your claim is up, we're gonna give you this X amount of money.
Yeah.
I'm like, like, oh shit, this shit is actually real. So like, and it happened. Now I have bigger goals in the paper. I'm like, I want $60,000 or $100,000.
Yo, what nah, I did that though. I wrote, I don't know, I was feeling myself. I feel like and I did that before though, putting these crazy amount that I want to make this by December.
Yeah, and it
But
happened.
yeah,
It's just
but
crazy.
I only had three months. I thought I put like 60K or some shit, but I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, it will like this whole writing thing down. It's something that started with God Himself. Because when God created the universe, He created the pen, and He set the pen to write,
Yeah,
and the
actually,
pen
if
write.
I've done it, if I busted my ass, obviously, like, because people in this social media world, people are making 100K a freaking day, like,
Yes,
with
yes,
the internet. So I know it's possible, but I guess I still got to work on my discipline. I know my biggest problem in life is being disciplined. That's for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Um,
This is this it's not just you. It's pretty much a lot of people. Like there's 100%, 99% of people have discipline problem. That's why they broke. The 1% that are millionaires and billionaires don't have the discipline problem because they fixed the problem. They fixed the solution. Then they skyrocketed. Their income changed and everything changed. And
that's not, I gotta work. I'm gonna work on my. I think our podcast should be about
yeah.
that. Probably.
Yes, yes. So
Yeah.
we definitely should touch upon. If you really like, when you're really ready, I can send you some people that you can listen to. That's gonna wire your brain different. Because that's all I do. I don't hang out. I don't go out on the weekends. I'm working home, and I'm working on my videos. I'm learning how to edit videos. I'm just learning. Because I feel like our whole purpose in this universe is to learn and elevate to another status. Like a video game. Like when you play in the video game, you want to level one character, right? What do you want to do? You want to level up, right? You want to go to a different stage. You want to hit a different note. So once you look at life like that too, all right. So this is where I'm at. I want to hit the next level, so I got to upgrade my character. So you gotta find a different source of income. You gotta work harder. You gotta move smarter. You gotta invest. So I like it's just like that till you hit the next level. And once that's done, all right, boom, I'm in this level. Now you gotta develop a different type of attitude for you to get to the next level. Because each level have a different attitude that you gotta work towards for you to achieve the big dog status. Because like and attitude is very important because you cannot have a nasty attitude and think that you're gonna move somewhere else in life because you gotta be positive. Our attitude gotta be positive at all times, no matter what's going on. Sometimes life we all go through some issues and stuff like that, but we always gotta make sure we have a positive attitude and we're moving towards our goal little by little, step by step, and everything is vibrations and frequency, so we gotta if you're like when you have a negative attitude, your vibration is you're on a low state of vibration. But if you have a positive attitude, you have a high state vibration. So everything in this universe runs on vibration and things like that. So we just gotta know how to channel the right vibration towards us.
Okay. So let me go to this because you mentioned it. Because the reason I'm asking because I have to deal with it a lot too with the company I was working for, right? So as a manager and being an African man, being a Gambian in America, and then obviously you have to have leadership skills for them to even notice for you to be able to get certain positions,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, right.
So how is it like leading people at work? What strategies do you work? Because it can be very very tough with associates. Some people feeling like if you're not giving them the role that they want, they might try to find a way to get you in trouble. Or because some associates always feel like, oh, I can get a manager if I type of situation. So how do you deal with your leadership role, pretty much?
So as a leader, we always gotta manage people. Let's see here. As a leader, we always gotta manage people differently. You know, so you always gotta make sure because everybody's different, right? So the way I manage X, I cannot manage Y like that. You know what I'm saying? Because Y and X have a different personalities.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we as a leader, our job is to know people. You got to know people that you're working with. Number one, you got to build relationship with them. Because if you don't have relationship with someone, it's gonna be very hard for you to manage it. Like for example, if me and you didn't have this relationship way back and we used to talk, we're not gonna be too comfortable to have some type of conversation between us, right? Is that correct or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. So once you build relationship with them, then you can know how to talk to them and how to move around them and how to get your point across to them without offending them. And very importantly, make sure you understand them first. Don't, like, as a leader, the worst thing you don't want to do is you don't want to enforce your idea or the thing you want it done for the thing you want somebody to get done. You enforce it on them. No, you always got to make sure you understand them first. Yes, you give them your undivided attention to make sure that they know that you understand them, and then you can come up and get your point across with them and set expectations with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody that we come across with, we always got to make sure we set expectations with them. Because, like, if you don't set expectation with them, they probably don't know what are you expecting out of them, right? So we always got to make sure we set expectations with them so they can know, hey, this guy, this is his standards, this is what he's expecting out of me, so I got to deliver that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you hold him accountable for everything that you guys talked about. For example, you ask him, hey, can you do that for me? This, I got it, boom, 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 and you walk away, and you come back the next day or a few hours later, you ask them, a few hours later, come check on them to make sure that it's getting done, to make sure that they have what they told you they're gonna do, they're actually doing it. And then once you hold everybody like that, it's very important for you to hold yourself accountable. As a leader, you gotta be the role model. That's our job. They gotta see you doing it first. Like for me, I'm not gonna tell somebody to do something if they don't see me do it first. Because what that would set is, because if they see me doing it first and I ask them to do it, they're not gonna be like, you go do it. Now they don't have no excuse to tell me that because they show me doing it. So yeah. I don't put myself like above you or nothing. Like, we're on the same playing field. I give you respect, you give me my respect back, then we move on. You know what I'm saying? That's just how
I'm gonna ask you more questions, but I feel like we can actually let you go so that your little man can have you.
Yeah, I mean, my phone is about to die too. I think I got like, we can definitely finish this conversation. I'll be done in a minute. Give me a second. We can actually finish this conversation next time, you know. But it's very important for us to hold ourselves accountable. And
no, the funny thing is, the way you're talking, I feel like every single point you're hitting, it feels like it's coming out of my company. I work for Amazon, so I feel like it's coming from the Amazon principles. So I'm like, because that's literally like, that's the key words you were saying are literally in the Amazon principles and the way we live our lives. Yeah. But so one thing that I knew that I had to deal with, like for me, the challenge that I had to deal with as a leader in my department is the demands that companies have. So at the end of the day, we have to execute. So I was gonna ask, you were mentioning it, but how do you have to do some? Because some associates might not want to work, but at the end of the day, higher ups is always gonna come to you. Why didn't you ship this amount? Why? How come we didn't hit ship goal? Why did we miss? Things like that. So how do you, in regards to demand, for example, with the company you're working for? So I'm assuming if there's like a high head count, right? So how do you, and if you have some associates that might be slacking, so how do you deal with that? In terms of like when you say holding them accountable, are you saying giving write-ups if you have to, firing associates if you have to, or how do you deal with that?
Like firing somebody in my books, that's a last resort. If I know that I can't get through you, and I'm like first thing I would do is I would sit down and ask you, hey, so can you explain to me what's going on? Like, what is there that I can do to make your job better or to make you more efficient? And I will listen to them. Then they tell me because a lot of people are gonna have excuse, and they're gonna tell you your excuses, blah blah blah, and you accommodate them, and you still give them a chance. You know what I mean? Like, because everybody mess up once or twice. You know, so like you give them a chance and you see what's going on. And if their attitude or behavior didn't change, you know that that person, you talk to them once, twice, the third time, they're not gonna change because they have a problem. It all comes out to discipline. They have a problem with discipline.
Yeah.
So, and discipline is something that you can't really teach. Like you can't instill. You can talk to them, but the person gotta take that action in them for them to get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like it's deep rooted in you. You gotta be willing to sacrifice and ready to do it. Because if you're not ready for it, you're not gonna do it. Like when somebody get to a certain age, you cannot change them anymore unless if they want to change. You know what I mean? So that's just how it is. And like I said, everybody's different. We manage everybody differently, and you always got to make sure be open and be positive and give them advice like you give it advice to a friend to build a relationship that's long lasting. You know what I'm saying? And it's always good to be honest with your people and be sincere. Show them that you care and build relationships. Relationships are very important in the leadership world because you need people to rely on, and people need to rely on you. So it's very important for us to have those people skills in general and how to mingle with people and how to deal with. It's hard, like sometimes you're not gonna get along with everybody, but if you get along with at least 85 to 90% of people in your company, you should be good. You know?
Yeah. All right, bro. I'm gonna let you go. Tell Lil Mens I said sorry, but we'll definitely talk again. I don't know when you might be available again. Then we can definitely.
Like I said, my days off are Mondays and
then Monday actually might be.
Sorry. Thursdays and Fridays, but that changed because in the leadership skills, in the management world, they might need you today and they might change your schedule the next day or whatever it is. And I'm gonna leave the people with this, like Napoleon Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve it. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve it. We can achieve anything we desire because we are God's best created being in the world, you know. So yeah.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Brahma. That was a
Thank you.
And I'll talk to you later. Have a good day.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody for watching.
Yeah, it was definitely a good interview, honestly. I myself, I'm like, I didn't know Brahma was this smart. Like,
all right, we'll talk later. Bye.